Welcome to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
It's your boy K Things.
And we are back, man. Episode 358.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get right into it. The Super Bowl. We know who's in it now. It's the Chiefs and the Eagles.
Yes, sir.
The two teams I didn't give a fuck about seeing, but that's what's going on. I mean, like, look here, man. The stories write themselves. Okay? I want the Eagles to win simply because I hate the Chiefs. But I just feel like the Chiefs are just too resilient. And then they got the refs like doing little side quests for them, you know? So I don't know, man, but I can see it right now. It's like, first of all, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. You know, without him, I would have never made it. I also want to thank the refs for, putting in that extra work for us. I want to thank my dad for smoking blunts on the sideline. He really did a great job. Yeah, man. And then Travis Kelce up there like, everybody, we did it again. I want to announce my retirement. I love Chiefs Kingdom. Taylor Swift is pregnant. And then she get up there like, oh my God, I'm so happy for you, Travis. Yeah. I want you to marry me. Like, it's going to be just so much
Travis,
drama.
He do got to lock it down. Like, at this point, they've been together, a couple years now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be this. I mean, it seemed legit. Like, she's still, because at first, everybody was saying it was like a publicity stunt or whatever, or there's a script. Everybody has these scripts like, oh, this is the Chiefs are going to win, and then Taylor Swift is going to be shown 28 seconds out of the Super Bowl. All these different scenarios and stuff. But
if they lose the Super Bowl, Taylor Swift going to break up with it. It's bad for her career now. She can't be with a loser.
No, I don't think so.
She going to come out with a diss song if they lose. That means me and Travis, we're breaking up. We are never, ever, ever. I'm going to date a black guy now.
Oh, dang. That's crazy. Yeah. I think for me, I'm obviously not a Eagles fan or a Chiefs fan. I'm also not a hater of either team. I just want to see history, man. I want to see the first football team three-peat.
I feel you, man. Fuck the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, you can, if you don't like the Chiefs, then you like the Eagles. I
don't like them either.
It's not any better. So
I'm gonna buy a new TV and everything just so I could be a hater.
Yeah,
man, this TV is good. Fuck Patrick Mahomes.
What's the name? Said it. I forget. Nate Burleson. I think he said.
He said that. He said.
Yeah, he said.
Fight the feeling the hate on this and accept greatness and be thankful that you're alive during a time like this. Now let me be clear, okay? I have witnessed this before, so I would be a hypocrite, and I would be remiss if I didn't say, as a Laker fan, when I was in high school, the Lakers won my freshman year, sophomore year, and junior year in high school. They won in 2001, they won in 2000, 2001, and 2002. My senior year, they ended up losing to the Spurs in the Western Finals. Mm-hmm. But I felt on top of the world. I was just like, being a Laker fan was just reaping so many benefits for me. I had the Laker gear on and shit. That's when Kobe had the space boots, man. That was a golden time.
Right.
So I can only imagine what Chiefs fans feel like right now.
Yeah, I know some legit Chiefs fans, and they, basking in the ambience right now.
Oh, yeah. The ambiance is great. Mm-hmm. So they're loving it.
Yeah.
Right? But I can still say, hey, look here. And you know what? I do not have a problem with Taylor Swift. She's only supporting her boyfriend, okay? Yeah. She's not asking for this, but she can't be absent, so she has to be there.
It's not as bad though. Like today, I think they only showed her like.
Nah, nigga, they was moving that. They was panning that camera a couple times.
I only seen her a couple times. Like not like it used to be. When they won and she was on the field, then it was OD. It was like it was like a whole rom-com. But before then, I only seen her I didn't really see her up in them. I think they showed her once when I was watching.
The reason why I could tell Taylor Swift is a good girlfriend is because she tries her hardest to always be in character. Like, she doesn't want to make Travis look bad. Yeah. So she's like a little overly animated. Just so she doesn't look bad. And I kind of feel bad for her in that sense. Because it's pretty performative. Like, you could tell Travis's mom is just like, this is just a regular occurrence to her. Because she has two sons in the NFL. And she's also like a real person. I'm not saying Taylor Swift's not a real person, but she's just wildly successful. Mm-hmm. That's like Beyonce dating like an active NFL player. Like, you imagine how that would probably be?
Yeah.
Like, we find out like fucking Beyonce's dating Jalen Hurts or something crazy. You know, but yeah,
that's probably a different example.
You got to get a better one. You got to get a better. You got to get a better player than that.
Who's no, not even Jay. I'm talking about a different artist. Like who's like the pop equivalent?
Pop equivalent to her? There's nobody equivalent to
you
Taylor.
Gotta no. There's some bigger artists like
shit. Who?
Maybe like Adele, but Adele is like she's not like she doesn't pop out as frequently.
But she's a fucking huge artist, though.
But if Adele was dating like a Lamar Jackson or Jalen Hurts or Josh Allen or something like that.
I'd say Adele. I think the equivalent would probably be like Adele dating LeBron.
Yeah.
That would be fucking
But
huge.
Travis Kelce is not LeBron, though.
He's not, but he's one of the greatest tight ends, if not the best tight end of all time.
I'm trying to create a real scenario. You talking about people that have been married for like 20 years.
Hey, man, listen here. Don't you dare shit on my examples on this podcast. I'm trying my best.
Imagine if Beyonce break up with Jay-Z to go with Jalen Hurts. That'd be crazy.
That'd be. Well, she can't because Jalen's married.
Oh, okay.
So we got to find another black
But they
guy.
would both have to be broken up. Yeah.
Jay-Z started making diss songs about Jalen. Jalen, you got my sloppy seconds. You can't throw. He'll do like a subliminal diss. He can't throw a first down, but I touched down in your town.
Can't throw a touchdown and it really hurts.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know what Jay-Z where he comes up with these like it's almost like acting within the rap. He's like, you can't throw a first down because you damn. All right, Jay. All right, you really pushed the message through with that. But yeah, man, this is what we got.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see it all playing out now. I see Patrick Mahomes, ghetto dad, out there on the field.
Yeah.
He's like, that's my son. That's my son. Like, his dad is a real nigga.
Yeah.
Like, his dad is like somebody you see over on the block smoking. I bet you his dad could still go to his hood back in the day and go smoke a blunt. And they're like, hey, that's Pat Mahomes right there.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, what's up, nigga? Light it up. What's up?
That's Big Pat.
That's Big Pat right there.
Big Pat is crazy.
Like, how does it feel to be the first African-American quarterback to three-peat in the NFL? Like, I mean, I'm only partially black, so it's halfway true, But I'm just thankful my Lord and Savior gave me the ability to get out there and show our fans something they've never seen before. And the fans go crazy, like, I love you, Patrick. And I'm just sitting on the couch, fucking just disgusted, eating chicken wings. It's like, all right.
The way I feel about it is my team is long gone. I don't really care who wins.
Absolutely.
But I do want to witness history. That's my thing.
Yeah, I hear you.
Like when Tom Brady was going for the 6-1, I was like, yo, this is amazing. Yeah. Like this is.
Hey, man, with this Jordan. Let me tell you something. Patrick Mahomes, what is he? Is he fucking 30 yet? Hold on.
I don't know how old he is.
Let me look it up. Let me look up a good old Patrick Mahomes here. Patrick Mahomes. All right. Okay, T-Mobile Internet. Are you going to fucking get me to the destination right now? This podcast has been sponsored by T-Mobile Internet. Do you want to get to your destination? Mm-hmm. It may take a while. Mm-hmm. T-Mobile. Come on, man.
Your stuff he's 29. So he'll be 30 in September.
Okay, there it is.
He'll be 30 in September.
Damn, this motherfucker's not even 30 yet.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. Here is the problem, Mr. Tom Brady. This nigga's knocking on your door. Because he got, how many Super Bowls? He got 3 already, right?
Yeah, I think he won 3.
He won 3 or he got 2? Fuck.
He's one of 5. Yeah, he has 3. Because it says he's one of 5 quarterbacks in NFL history to win 3 or more Super Bowls as a starter.
Crazy. So he got 3.
God damn, he might get 4?
Yeah, nigga. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he got 3. 1, 2, 3.
But the way the NFL works, it ain't like that. Like, what Tom Brady did is an anomaly. To be able to go, like, to a few in a row, win, and then go again, like, 5-6 years later, and then when you turn 40 years old, you go, like, that's not realistic.
Here's the scary thing about Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is only 20-9. Okay, first of all, he is knocking on Tom Brady's door.
Right.
Like, he is knocking on his door.
If he wins this year, he can potentially win 4 before he turns 30 years old.
That's fucking nuts, man.
That's crazy.
But here's the scarier part. By 36, he'll still be playing. By 38, he'll still be. If this motherfucker
He'll
stays
play, yeah.
around with the way he plays, yes, he runs a lot, but I feel like Patrick could slow down a little bit and still be dominant.
Well, one, he's not like a freak. He's not really like a freak athlete.
No, he's just very deceptive.
He plays the game from the shoulders up. You know, like he's reading defenses, and he has a very strong arm. So if his arm like diminishes even a little bit, like Brett Favre, when Brett Favre was on the end of his career, how he still could thread the needle.
Yes, he could. Yeah.
I can see Patrick Mahomes playing as. I mean, But what Patrick Mahomes might do, and this depends on, like you said, how 30 to 35 looks. He might just bow out, like be like, "Yo, I already got like 7 rings, 8 rings, like." That is crazy. Dog, could you imagine? This is like, I think more people need to talk about Andy Reid because he got fired by the Eagles.
Yeah.
Ain't no way he losing that game, bro. He's not losing that game because he want to remind them every time he step on the field with them, like, y'all made the wrong decision.
Not really. They should have fired him. I think that he was the prequel to like the Kyle Shanahan type coaches. He was a guy that would get you there and not win.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I'm just talking about if I'm Andy Reid. From his vantage point. If I'm Andy Reid and you fire me, it's up every time.
Yeah, because he's looking at like, I'm better now. I was fatter then, I'm slimmer now.
I got way more money now.
I got way more money now.
I make commercials.
I got a better quarterback now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a different time. So yeah, absolutely. And I also say, from the top down, that team has changed, and he still managed to find players in the draft with Worthy. Once freaking what's his name? Damn it, he's with the Dolphins now. Cheetah.
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Once they lost Tyreek Hill, I was like, ooh, fuck, I think it's over for them. Wrong.
Yeah.
They start plugging all kind of motherfuckers in that offense, and it still works. And it works even better. So it's like,
but the thing is they put a lot of their resources on the defensive end.
Yeah,
like
they did.
That's what I think people get so mesmerized by all the stuff Patrick Mahomes do, but their defense is good. Like they got probably the best cornerback in the league, probably the best defensive tackle in the league, and then you got Patrick Mahomes who like. And then they just got speed. Yeah. So they surround him with, like, good skill guys. And then you got Patrick Mahomes and you got Travis Kelce, obviously. Like,
But, with all due respect, we're absorbing a lot of this podcast talking about the Chiefs because they are the favorites. So let's talk about the Eagles a little bit. The biggest difference with the Eagles this time is Saquon. This motherfucker is different.
Yeah.
And people talk about, I guess Eric Dickerson had the record. He came close to breaking it. And then it was like, well, Eric Dickerson's record is impeccable. It's going to be hard to beat. He could have easily beat that record this year. He could have easily, but
different
he chose
circumstances, though.
It's different circumstances. They say, oh, well, you had more games. But he had less carries than Eric Dickerson. He would have did it in less carries.
He did have less carries.
So it's like, I mean, we could talk about the game stuff, but also Saquon was probably sharing more time with other running backs.
But the thing is, it only matters if he wins a Super Bowl. If he decided to sit out, they did it because you want him to be fresh in the playoffs. And obviously it's panning out so far.
Yes, it is.
But if you don't win, then it's like, dog, you're going to be number 2. Like, the chances of you getting that at 27, being able to do that again,
it may never happen.
It's never going to happen.
It may never happen. That's how Super Bowls work. That's why when other Niner fans try to be like, next year the Super Bowl is in San Francisco, bro, we're going back. I'm thinking like, hey, man, listen here. I'm a diehard Niner fan from birth. But there's a very strong chance we may not even sniff the fucking playoffs. So, like, just stop. They got to prove that they're a solid team in the league again. And on top of that, bro, like, the 49ers have not won a Super Bowl since I was in the 4th grade. I'm 39. Okay, we've been back, but we haven't won. So that gives you an idea of what Super Bowls are like. I know we see teams like the Chiefs. I know we see teams like the Patriots, and we start to think that these things are attainable. But when you really pay attention to who's going to Super Bowl, it's only a couple guys.
Right.
You think about it, right? It was fucking Tom, right? And then it was Peyton Manning. Then it was the Seahawks went on 2 occasions, 1-1. But overall, you look at it, it's kind of like when the Lakers were dominant in the early 2000s. Between them and the Spurs, well, even in the 90s, late 90s and the early 2000s, it was Spurs and Lakers was winning all those titles.
Yeah. And then you just sprinkle in a random team.
And the Pistons won in 2004.
Houston got one and a couple in there, didn't they? The Rockets.
They got theirs in the 90s.
In the 90s, yeah.
They got theirs in the 90s, but
that was like the year Jordan was out or something like that.
Yeah. Jordan was playing baseball. But yeah, man, that's the thing. But I will say, if the Eagles win, the difference is absolutely positively Saquon. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if the Eagles win the Super Bowl, they're going to need to fire that motherfucking GM from the Giants. They got to get him the fuck out of there. This guy has made so many horrible decisions. I'm not even a guy that follows the Giants like that, but they keep on showing that phone call with him being lukewarm with Saquon on the phone. Like, yeah, we want to give you a chance to shop out with other teams. And
but I will say, I mean, they did let, and maybe there's like a lot of, Saquon has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, but they wasn't going to do nothing anyways. So good for Saquon to actually go to a contender. The same thing with Derrick Henry.
Yeah, but at the same time, you was iffy on Saquon, a guy that when he was there, he gave it all he had. Yes, he was injured, but then you paid Daniel Jones all that fucking money with his bum ass, and now you already got rid of him. So y'all making bad decisions in the front office.
Yeah, they got bad decisions.
You paying Daniel Jones all that goddamn money to be a bum out there.
Yeah.
The same thing with there's certain guys that got a lot of money, and now these teams are starting to bench these motherfuckers and get rid of them. Right. Just like Cousins. Kirk Cousins got benched.
Yeah.
This motherfucker he ran off, man. This motherfucker ran off on the plug a few times. I mean, you get $100-something million for him. I mean, you haven't won anything.
Yeah. But that's the thing with it's a what do you call it? Like a market thing. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times but terrible organizations make terrible decisions.
Right.
But I just think that a lot of times, and the 49ers are going to do it. I mean, I don't know how Brock Purdy's career is going to pan out, but he's going to get a bag this summer. He probably going to get like in the 50, 40, $45 million a year range. And, we're going to be stuck in that contract, and we're going to see how it pans out. But yeah, I do. I like the Eagles. They got a really good defense, so we'll see how this one goes. But I don't see them doing nothing with. I think it's going to be a close game, and anytime there's a close game, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, they pull some really interesting plays out of a bag, and then they end up scoring. So I think this is how this game is going to end.
I'm trying to look at something here so I can make like a statement on here. Okay. Jared Goff. If the Lions even want to sniff a Super Bowl, they got to get him out of there.
He plays so bad.
They got to get Jared Goff out. It'd be a good trade, but it would never happen. It would be, I don't know how they would make it work, but if somehow Matt Stafford went back to the Lions, that would take them over the top.
Yeah.
It would.
No, I would. It would. I'm just saying he's doing well. He's doing well in LA, and their team was kind of hurt, banged up this year. So I think they're gonna take another. Crack at it.
Yeah, Jared Goff, you can't win with that guy, man. You got to get him out. That's why.
The tough part about it though is he's the reason why they're good. Like not literally like the only sole reason, but like they were a terrible organization prior to him.
Doesn't matter. You can't. You got to understand. The NFL is a league where if you are knocking on the door, you got to open that motherfucker. And the biggest issue, too, is you got to make the hard decisions. And the Rams did that because they had Jared Goff, got rid of him, got Matt Stafford, and won. And they in that same year, they went and got Odell Beckham, and they got Von Miller. And, yes, they bought their Super Bowl, but they won.
Right.
See, the Niners, they tried to buy a Super Bowl, and it didn't work, did it? Right? So, hey, man, all respect to the Rams. As far as the Eagles concerned, they got the number one defense. But I will say today, Jaden Daniels had y'all sweating, boy. He had y'all sweating. They held that ball a long time, and they was going for it on fourth down on y'all, man.
Yeah.
Y'all, I don't know how many Eagles fans listen to this podcast, but first of all, I don't care about y'all. Secondly, Jaden Daniels the freaking Commanders would have won today if they didn't turn the ball over 3 fucking times.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, anytime. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you can't really say that because
Yeah.
that's just turnovers are part of the game. Like they're forced turnovers as well.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes would be like,
What's a turnover? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, they turned it over today.
I had an apple turnover when I was a little kid. I love apple turnovers. I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for like allowing me to save the ball and not turn it over.
The Bills had not lost a game in which they won the turnover battle in like however many years, and they lost today. So that just tells you how good the Chiefs are.
this nigga, by the time Patrick Mahomes retire, he going to have like 9 kids and like 8 Super Bowls.
Like, oh, Brittany's pregnant again? Fuck, man. Why does that keep happening?
That nigga Patrick just win games and bust nuts all day long. That dude is a beer drinker, bro.
Yeah,
Patrick Mahomes be drinking hella beer.
he from Texas, man.
Yeah, be like,
Oh, you know.
Probably been drinking since he was a teenager.
you lucky he ain't ripping cigs. If he's ripping cigarettes, it'd be all bad.
Smoking cigars.
Yeah, he drink more beer than a construction worker. Off duty, nigga. But yeah, that's the Super Bowl. Okay,
Yeah.
you know, this podcast is fortunate enough that we start at a time where we get all the news for the week.
Yeah.
Usually, all the juiciest stuff happens, and then we hop on air on Sunday night, and then we bring you the news.
Yeah. Also, SZA's performing with Kendrick Lamar, which was not really like,
Shocker.
yeah, it wasn't really that big of a news, but, you know, I guess, you know, it's a
She
thing.
gonna get up there and speak in her own little language. I mean, no man, so many be bombas. Like, all right, sister, you fucking sing it.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. I haven't really seen SZA perform too many times, so we'll see how that goes.
I want to hear her live so I can know what she's saying. Because sometimes I don't be, you know,
Yeah.
I don't be know what she's saying sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sing, I mean, no me, shaman, no you. I mean, the only know me, somebody know me. Nobody more you. Shout out to SZA, man. SZA is dope, man. She's a dope artist.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Switching gears. NBA star goes viral for addressing Martin Luther King. And the NBA star is
Norman Powell.
Norman Powell.
Yeah.
Go ahead and run that clip, Keith.
I want to thank everybody for coming out and celebrating the life of Martin Luther King. He was a great man, and he stood for everything right. Equal equality and rights for everyone. Thank you.
This nigga can't do nothing right but basketball. This nigga said, Martin Luther Creamy. That's crazy. Martin Luther King rolling in his grave saying that shit.
Equal equality for everybody.
I can't believe I died for these niggas. Oh, man.
Why they have him talk, though?
I don't know. He was nervous.
Yeah.
But I think even when you're nervous, you need to, like, do a better job. Do your due diligence before you go speak in front of people, that you not only enunciate your words properly, but you also take the time to kind of, like, have some internal dialogue about what you're going to say. Like, before I get on this podcast, I have some internal dialogue of what kind of message I'm going to deliver. You know what I mean? You don't want to just show up and be like, oh, Martin Luther King, all right, let me say something. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Because you're going to fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, this is Martin Luther King for equal equality. Like, nigga, shut up.
I think Martin Luther King deserves more respect than
Absolutely.
Martin Luther Cream.
Yeah, the fact that you're able to play basketball, you should thank Martin Luther King for that.
There was I guess Carlos Miller got a little bit of backlash. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, what happened?
So he originally, I forgot who it was. So somebody posted like a Photoshop picture where they were like standing next to Martin Luther King or hugging him, something like that. And I guess his daughter or somebody related to him asked them to take it down. And then Carlos Miller basically like doubled down, and then he put like a picture of him with Martin Luther King up, and people was just like kind of not really trying to cancel him, but they was like going in.
What did he do? What did he do? He just took a picture standing next to Martin Luther King?
No, it was like a Photoshop picture of them like standing next to each other. Like it was just kind of like, I guess they were saying it's just kind of distasteful.
It was distasteful?
Yeah.
And it was just a picture of him standing next to Martin Luther King?
Yeah, like a little Photoshop picture.
I mean, so you're trying to tell a comedian to be politically correct? You need to know who the fuck you're talking to. See, that's the problem with some people. I understand that you're trying to look at it from a literal sense, but stop looking for people for comedians to be politically correct. Yeah. A lot of times they look for comedic tones or satire to express themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So unless they do something just flat out disgusting, you got to let it fly sometimes, depending on who it is. The people, it's dumb. Some people are just overstepping. And he doubled down on it because he's a comedian. Right. This is what he does. He says, and the funny thing about people is as long as he's saying something about another culture or something else that you don't have a problem with, you're going to laugh at it. If he talking about retarded people, you laughing at that. If he talk about fat people, you laughing at that. If he talk about white people, you laughing at that. But he take a picture of Martin Luther King, that's where you draw the line. Think about the morality, buddy. Think that's selective morality. Yeah. But yeah, look, some people probably hate me. They probably turn the podcast off once they heard my impression of the King.
Yeah.
They said, this nigga's making fun of Martin Luther King. I said I would support a black business, but I'm not listening to these niggas no more. Yeah, man.
Yeah. But I just think as athletes, as people that have these opportunities, we just got to do better, man. I think we got to do better with picking the people that are supposed to be talking. But
yeah,
I think this is the issue with athletes. I think of most of them, a lot of these guys are just like athletes. They're just good at playing basketball, and they don't really have many other skill sets. You'll see it, some of them, you'll see them in commercials and stuff like that, and you'll be like, dang, this dude is just don't really got no charisma. He just got a good jump shot. You know what I mean? So I think that this is it's not surprising by any means because, and also we've grown up with certain athletes where you'd be like, yo, this dude is good at football or basketball or he's fast, he runs track, and the nigga's he got a 2.3 GPA. You know what I mean? So this is just par for the course. Usually it's more surprising to me when a basketball player can't articulate themselves because most of these guys are just
And it's not, well, first of all, what I don't want to do is pigeonhole them and say that they're dumb. You got guys that are very intelligent like Jalen Green and guys like that. Jalen Brown. Jalen Brown.
I never really seen.
I got my colors fucked up. I said Green Brown when I meant Brown.
Yeah, he's like UC Berkeley.
He's a super smart guy, right? And the fucked up thing that they talked about his scouting report, and somebody said he was too smart to play basketball.
That's stupid.
That's fucked up. Why would you say that?
Yeah, I mean, whoever that was is hopefully they don't have a job.
Yeah, hopefully they don't have a fucking job.
That doesn't really make sense.
Too smart to play basketball. So what are you saying? He's not skilled enough as a basketball player, or what? What are you saying?
That's dumb.
What are you saying? Because you do realize that this could come off subliminally racist.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you have pigeonholed people who play sports and are predominantly black athletes as, coachable or not coachable, if the guy is smart, he's probably going to call you out on your bad play calling. And mind you, it don't got to be a white coach that says this. It could be a black coach that says it. Doesn't mean it's not racist.
Yeah.
I'm trying to coach this nigga, but he's too smart.
Yeah, I don't think a black coach said. I don't even know if it was a coach at all. That doesn't really sound like something a black person would say.
Yeah, I don't know. You never know. Mm-hmm. You never know. Because it may come, the racism may come in a way where it's like, you think you're too good, huh? It's like, what?
Yeah. That's not really racism, though.
That's just ignorance.
That's just it might be like a what do you call it, superiority complex or something like that?
Right. Because sometimes having intellect is a threat to other people. Having intellect is a threat to dumb people.
Yeah.
They just live in their world being dumb, I'm an idiot, right? And then you come along and be like, hey, what time are we doing this? And what time is this?
Yeah.
And where are we going with this? You got a plan, you got things written down, you got a board where you're writing things, you're organized, you're very, what do you call that? You have a very high basketball IQ or just a business IQ. Mm-hmm. And they're just like, I've been coaching for 20 years. Who do you think you are?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, hey, man, I'm just trying to learn.
Yeah.
If you can't teach me, then get out of my way.
So I guess the NBA, and this is just a little quick excerpt from the thing. It says some NBA scouts fretted that Brown's intellect and outside passions could negatively influence his basketball performance, that he was in essence too smart for the NBA. Brown heard these whispers before Boston took him with the number 3 overall pick in 2016.
That's so dumb.
Yeah.
That's so dumb. Like, how do you get to assume what I value in life?
But he was like, one, he got taken number 3 overall, and then 2, like he was really good in college.
Yeah,
it wasn't like,
Yeah.
And that's the time where you're more distracted.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to school and all kind of other stuff.
There's a guy, Myron Rolle. He played at Florida State.
Yeah.
And this nigga became a neurosurgeon. He only played like 2 years in the NFL. And then he became like, what do you call that? Not a neurologist. What is that? Is that what it is?
I got distracted.
What? I'm talking about. What, a brain doctor? Is that a neurologist?
Yeah. I got distracted. We'll talk about it later, but I did see the TikTok on there.
Which one?
On the phone.
What's TikTok?
It's downloaded on there.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Damn it, I want to jump into this conversation. Fuck. Oh, man, I might have to move that shit.
Shout out Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, I might have to move this shit up. Like, once we get done with this, we got to jump right on that. Yeah, but yeah, there's that. You got anything else to add to this conversation?
Nah, man. Shout out Jaylen Brown.
Yeah,
man.
let's jump to the next
boy.
thing. Let's jump to the next thing. Okay, and the reason why I keep just mentioning this fucking iPhone is he got what number is that iPhone?
It's the old one. I don't even know. Yeah.
Okay.
People be better with the numbers than I am, but
this nigga got an iPhone 0. Yeah. All right, look. Okay, switching gears.
iPhone 0.
Right now, people are getting used iPhones loaded with TikTok, and they're selling for astronomical amounts. And people are buying phones for like fucking $6,000 right now because their platforms are so huge, but they don't have a fucking app on it because they took it off, and the App Store does not provide it right now. So I was sitting there looking at this dude. He sold 2 phones, one for $2,500, the other one for $2,500. And then I just told Keith about this before we started the podcast, and he said, "I got another iPhone. Let me see what's up." And then he opened his phone up, and it's got TikTok on it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Hey man, put that motherfucker for like $2,000. See if somebody buys it." Yeah, this is the time.
Cash out.
This is a time where like people who are regular citizens or poor people can start punching up.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
And you could do it like, for example, if you got, say you down bad, like you got, thousands and thousands of dollars in credit card debt, you ain't really got no job right now, whatever the case may be, you can, even if you ain't even paid your phone off, because you only gonna be paying $40 a month anyways, like you can make that work. But yeah, you could just slang your phone. I seen the highest one I seen was like 10,000, and it was like an iPhone 11, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
you coming across a hard time, find one of these hard up fucking influencers, because you got to understand there are a lot of these influencers that are in the top 1% of attention that they are on TikTok. They've got like 30 million followers and they got like 700 million likes. And those people make a full living on TikTok. Without their phone, they're losing money. So, with that being said,
this is a lick.
This is a big fucking come up. And it's not like, I want to be nice because I don't want to be mean and sell them the phone for $1,000. I'll sell it for $200.
Forget that.
This is not a time to be nice with a fucking multi-millionaire, because they probably wouldn't do it for you.
For sure.
If you got problems in your life right now that could be cured by money, you better sell that phone.
Right.
Because I'm telling you right now, they ain't really promoting our podcast like that on TikTok. I've tried. So it's like, hey, man, for we could debate something over $2,500.
Bro, TikTok ain't done nothing for me. Like, I get on there, I'll scroll a little bit. TikTok even took my account. You know what I mean?
Did. They took it down.
Just took it down for no reason. So I just think that, like, I'm not going to be losing no sleep if I don't got TikTok on my new iPhone.
Yeah, man. Hey, that's the thing. And the funny thing about it is you don't got to uninstall TikTok because you got another phone. You got 2 phones of TikTok.
Yeah, I might slang both of them, shoot.
Shit, you come up.
Man, that could be like, at the most, that could be like 12,000, 13,000.
For a phone? Come on, bro.
Yeah.
This phone will be gone quick.
Oh my gosh.
If somebody walked in on us doing this podcast right now and he says, we need the phones now, I'm gonna do a factory reset and just remember my codes and just give them the phone.
You can't do the factory reset because it's gonna delete TikTok.
I mean, oh shit.
That day gonna be hot.
Yeah,
Nigga, give me my money back.
Yeah.
You just gotta clean. I don't know how you would do it. I don't know if you would. Yeah, I don't know how it would happen. Make sure you just. I don't know. I guess you just log out of your profile.
I'm gonna tell you right now. This is where criminals could really hit a lick if they like super like hackers, and they know how to like put an app on the phone but not make it active. Like let's say for example, they could like somehow screen grab it, put it on the phone, and then somebody could click on it, and it looked like it's opened up, and they just walking off with an Android that ain't got nothing on there.
Yeah, because you could. I don't know how you would do. If there's a way you could do it, like if you have like a test, like a beta app, and you just put the icon.
They selling iPhones, but are they taking other phones too?
I would imagine they take. Oh, I got an Android too.
I got 2 other phones with TikTok on them.
Yeah,
I got one with a cracked screen, but it's a Pixel, and then I got another phone that's a TCL.
Yeah, they
so
got TikTok on there.
Both of them got TikTok.
Ooh.
Yeah. This is crazy.
Hey, y'all, we giving you free game, man.
Yeah, man. If we don't do an episode next week, you know what happened. Me and Keith is rich.
I'm up. Yeah, for sure.
What did Donnell say? I'm rich, bitch.
Yeah.
Donnell said when he said that, he said he didn't have no money. He was doing an episode of Shannon.
Yeah.
And he talked about like how broke he really was. Like
when he was doing the show.
Yeah, well, yeah, like a little bit before it. He said like he would do like a show and get paid like $30 to do a stand-up show.
God dang.
And he would go home and his electric was cut off and his neighbor would give him like an extension cord and it would run down from his neighbor's house all the way down to his house, and he would like have a hot plate and cook bologna and eggs. Like he was in the trenches.
Yeah.
He was super broke. So everything he got, he deserved. And he's coming here next month.
Yeah, it was originally supposed to be on the 17th, I think, 17th and 18th. It was
like
and then,
25th or some shit like that?
Yeah, now they moved it to next month in February.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. He out here getting money, man.
I guess they moved it because he was doing SNL.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they moved the date instead.
I need to holler at Donnell, man. We got to get him on the pod, bro. Mm-hmm. That'd be a cool-ass nigga to get on the pod. Donnell Rollins. Hey, for all you guys that listen to us every week, man, do us a favor and send Donnell Rawlings an inbox and tell him, hey, you got 2 guys in Bakersfield that do a comedy-based podcast that would love to talk to you, and then send them the link. And I'm going to holler at him too, but we got to put the pressure on Donnell to get him on the podcast, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm sure that people want to hear that, man. Mm-hmm. We gotta. That would be like a legit comedic celebrity to have on. Mm-hmm. That'd be dope. And then later on, we get to the big leagues. We'll get Dave on.
Man, that'd be dope.
Yeah, we just listen to Dave to do some storytelling and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be nuts.
Yeah,
so many people I love to talk to. Mm-hmm. I would love to talk to Donnell. I love to talk to Dave eventually. I love to talk to Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura, his wife Christina Pazinski, Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
I think in a different situation, he's like a really good conversation, but like on Flagrant, he's pretty annoying. Yeah, there's some people. Believe it or not, too, I would like to talk to Wheezy. She's a really good conversation. Wheezy from Horrible Decisions. Both of them, actually. Outside of talking,
it's not Horrible Decisions no more.
It's decisions.
Yeah.
So outside of them talking about all that sexual shit, they actually can talk about a lot of more. Like they're just a good conversation in general. Yeah. So there's that, man. But if you got a phone at home, if you listen to this podcast right now, and your life is not going very great, look in your house for them phones with TikTok on them, right? And then get those phones out. And then just all you need to do is go in there and delete all the news, all the sex stuff you got on your phone, because most people got sex stuff on their phone. So make sure you get that deleted, and just keep TikTok on there.
Yeah. To my understanding, I think that once all the stuff is saved to the cloud, so I believe that if you log out, then it's pretty much like it'll log you out of like they won't be able to see your pictures and things of that nature because it's not saved to the phone. That's my understanding of it. But
I don't know. I don't trust technology because you'll erase it from the cloud. They open the phone and it's a picture of somebody's booty hole on there. You're like, God damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I wanted TikTok, not butt talk. What the fuck is this? Yeah, that's crazy, man. I'm looking for somebody that, that needs a phone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to come up. If somebody says, hey, my house just burned down in the Pacific Palisades and I'm looking for a phone, I'm not trying to take advantage of those people, man. This nigga's...
You better than me. Yeah.
You mean if they're one of them rich people that they in their beach house?
Yeah, I'm saying anybody. If you buying a phone because of TikTok, I don't care what you got going on in life.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Because life must not be too bad if you're looking for a TikTok phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, life must be good because niggas with their house burnt down, they could give a fuck about TikTok.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right.
Yeah, but
that's a quick little come up.
Oh, and I got 3 fucking phones. Like I literally have 3 phones with TikTok on them.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
And the thing that's crazy is if I got a new phone and I wanted to download TikTok, I could not.
Yeah. That was somebody that was that I know. I won't say who they are, but they were on Instagram and they were saying like, "Hey man, like how can I They put it on the story like, "Hey, how can I download TikTok again?" It's like you can't. You just gotta wait till they figure it out in the with all the politics and stuff going on. So
yeah, ain't nothing you could do, man.
Yeah,
none.
Good luck. But like you said, if you're a person that is making a lot of money on there, you got thousands or millions of followers, and TikTok is the way you run your business, or TikTok is the way that you get your content out to people. It may be worth that to you. So that's what you got to pay for it.
It's gonna be somebody. It's gonna be some like drug dealers, except they ain't selling drugs. They selling phones with TikTok on them. It's like, hey man, how much you need, man? I just need. I don't care, man. If you got any Obama phones right now,
you know what might be a lick.
What
if like at the school, like some of my students,
yeah,
I'd be like, hey bro, I give you, they kids, so they might not really think. I give you like $1,000 for your iPhone, knowing it got like TikTok on there or whatever the case, or just give them market price for the phone. Not that I would do this because I don't think they would probably get in trouble with their parents. But
absolutely.
I'm just saying, like, hypothetically.
I mean, these kids is dumb, though.
Yeah. So you give them market price for your phone.
You want some candy for that phone?
Yeah.
Oh,
or just take it because they got the phone out.
I love Jolly Ranchers. Stupid motherfucker. No,
yeah, so you pay them the market price for the phone, and they thinking like, yo, I just came up, I'm going to get me a new phone or whatever. But then I just flip that to 10, 15. Because some of them, they be having the new 15 Max and all that other stuff.
I'm gonna tell you the biggest one ever. If you was just a super hacker and you came out with a bunch of flip phones, and the flip phones had like a high res camera, like it was HD, right? Mm-hmm. And all it had was one app, TikTok. It don't got no phone capabilities, nigga. It don't got nothing but TikTok, and the only thing you could do is upload the TikTok from that phone.
But you just got to do it fast, because who knows? It could be tomorrow.
I know.
To where like
they decide to put it back up.
Yeah, and it's legit for everybody. So, yeah, move fast.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
move expeditiously.
Yeah, because I got them Androids. I'm finna really put them mugs up. Like, hey man, look here. I got 3 phones in total.
Yeah,
with TikTok, 2 Androids and 1 iPhone. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I'm telling y'all right now. You don't see me for a while, you know what happened.
Yeah. Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
This one right here is a 6, the 6S. So it's a very old, but TikTok still work on there.
Also, if you guys got what do you call those MacBooks or what do you call those? The iPad situation?
iPads, yeah.
If you got an iPad with TikTok, then you could sell that too.
Yeah.
They want those too.
Dang. I don't know if you could get it on I don't know if they have an app for the computer. Do they got an app for the computer? I'm not sure.
I don't know about the computer, but they got the iPad
for
ones.
the iPad, yeah.
Or what they call it, not the Mac. The MacBook is this. Mm-hmm. So they ain't got it for that. They got it for the iPad though.
Dang. Oh, we're gonna go to the internet.
Here go the craziest lick ever though. Imagine if you could like reverse engineer like stuff on the phones, and then you was able to put TikTok on an iPod, nigga.
And then what?
And just have it on an iPod.
Oh.
So they say, hey, look, man, I got an iPod.
Oh, yeah, I got an iPod up there.
That'd be crazy. Nobody use that no more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But honestly, though, I think that's probably the best thing to use. Only because, like, when you go to the gym, your phone is kind of a little bit of a distraction.
Yeah, you can't, yeah.
So
people talking to you and stuff.
Yeah, it was a time where I used to leave my phone. This is how old I am. It was a time where I used to leave my phone in the car and bring my Zune. I had a Zune.
Yeah.
And I was like the king of Zunes.
Yeah.
Like I introduced Zunes to, my homeboy and his brothers and everybody.
Yeah.
But I was using Zunes heavy, bro.
Yeah, the Zoom was clean.
It was clean.
I didn't like the boxy one. That mug was ugly. But once they did the Zune HD,
Ooh, I loved it.
the Zune HD was solid.
I loved Zune
And
HD.
then that little smaller one that they had.
I think they still sell them, dog.
You could probably get an older one, but they for sure ain't got no Zunes, not no new Zunes.
Yeah, let me go. Well, they probably not new, but I'm gonna go to Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon got everything. They probably selling pussy on Amazon by now. Amazon pussy, they selling it for sure.
Yeah.
You're like, dang, Amazon selling ass? Fuck.
Yeah, the Amazon sex work.
Let me see here. That nigga Jeff Bezos got a picture of his wife on here.
Dang.
No, hold on, let me see here. Zune. Zune HD. And that Zune HD was a hell of a... Yep, they got it right here.
The old school. I think mine's kind of crapped out on me.
Yeah, mine's did too. Mine's crapped out.
The only thing I didn't like, and this is like, obviously
fuck is
nowadays there is...
Zune Home AV Pack? What the fuck is that?
There's more universal like charging cords and stuff like that. Like they got USB-C. But back then it was so hard, like, because I didn't have a charger for it. And you had to, like, it was hard to get a charger, just the charger for it. So it was a struggle.
This motherfucker expensive. This shit $229.
$229.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That's
The design was clean, man.
Hell
I
yeah.
liked it. They had like different things on there. I remember, I just remember like, it just being a clean design.
It really was. And my Zune HD just stopped working one day. That's a tough day. It's 16 gigabytes in it.
Yeah, mine stopped working too.
And this one is another. Oh, they had a different one. This is an 80 gigabyte digital media player.
The thing though, it wouldn't really work nowadays just because you would have to find a way to pull people from their phones. I think old heads, like almost like the same people that bought I think you could do it as like a, what do you call it? Like a luxury item. Like I can see somebody like Kanye, because he already had the stem player.
Yes.
But I could see him, or like an artist that wants to kind of create like something for their audience.
Right.
Like say I come out with an album or whatever, and I have like exclusive things. I got a vinyl, I got hats, t-shirts, and then I come with like an MP3, like a K-Fings MP3 kind of situation where like the album is on there, or maybe like all my albums are on there, and you could just buy that and then you could like, play it like that. I think that would be dope. And it has like Bluetooth capability, so you could play your, connect your AirPods or whatever to it.
All these Zunes need to be modern is Wi-Fi. That's all.
They already had Wi-Fi.
They did?
Mm-hmm. Because I think you could get on like the internet and social media on there and stuff like that.
I never used it.
I think they even had the store, like the store.
I never used the
I'm
Wi-Fi.
pretty sure. I'm almost positive they did.
No way. Not on the Zune HD.
Yeah, I think so.
I've never seen that. Let me see.
But that was around the time. That was back in the day where Wi-Fi wasn't as popular.
Okay, let's see what's on there. Zoom was kept protected case. I'm sure people may not be as interested in this conversation, but hey, me and Keith are talking, so you just listen, goddammit.
That's funny.
It's got Bluetooth. It does have Wi-Fi. What the fuck? Why? I never used it. Wow.
Yeah.
So no, with that Wi-Fi, it automatically means this is actually not irrelevant. The reason why is you could probably download if it has an app in it, if it allows you to get on Spotify.
Yeah, that would be the tricky part because you would have to. I don't even know what the store is. Like, where's the store where
if there's an app where you could if you could download Spotify on this, I would prefer this over a phone when I'm in the gym.
Right.
Just so I could, because you don't want to get you get a message, and it's a big booty, and you like, damn.
Right.
How am I going to finish my workout?
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, how am I supposed to work out with, getting kissy faces when I'm working out?
Or you could trade in for 40. You could trade this in for $43.20.
Really?
Yeah. This is what I would say to anybody. If you've bought something outright and it doesn't take up a lot of space, keep it. Because you never know. Like, you never know what, like, certain technology is going to be around.
Absolutely.
And mind you, June, this is only, 16, 17 years maybe?
What? Damn, what's up with you? That your phone doing that?
I don't know what that is.
You hear that, though?
Yeah, it's like a little alien coming or something. That might have been my phone on the thing.
Yeah, they hearing us, bro. They stealing our technology. It's the goddamn AI.
Yeah. But keep your stuff, dog. Like, it's value in certain things, and we've lived long enough to see, like, things not necessarily hold their value, but maybe hold their value, but maybe even grow in value. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? So yeah, I think it's important to expect, like, I don't know, like cameras and things like that. Like, a lot of that stuff, it comes back around. Like, a lot of people are buying these film cameras now, you know what I mean? Certain lenses and things like that. Like, it's important to
there are people that have things from, like, we've lived long enough at Keith at 32 and me at 39. Mm-hmm. We've lived long enough to see people have things valuable that were probably 15, 17 years ago.
Right.
Like, if you go back to, like, when the Lakers was winning in that three-peat from, like, 2000 all the way to 2002, mm-hmm. Somebody probably got Shaquille O'Neal's jersey right out the game that he was sweating in, and they never washed it.
Right.
And they got his sweat-drenched jersey, and it's somewhere in their room, like, hung up in a freaking case, and they probably got auctioned off.
Right.
Or they got a pair of Kobe's space boots, original pair, you know what I'm saying, that they wore a few times, because the best shoe collectors, they wear the shoe. Mm-hmm. They wear it, and then they put it up, because it'll be wearable later. Because if you don't ever wear the shoe, then all the material just breaks apart.
Yeah, sometimes it'll start to, yeah.
It'll break. It looks like cake, like it just breaks up. But like, they'll wear the shoes, probably wear the shoes like 10 times to, like, break them in a little bit.
Yeah. And
then they just put them in the box.
Yep.
But
that's crazy.
Those Kobe shoes from back in the day, they had Kobe on the back with an afro. Mm-hmm. But now the new ones that they remade, it ain't got shit back there.
Yeah, that's trash.
One of them had, like, a Japanese sign. I'm like, man, this ain't Kobe. What is that? This ain't Kobe. This is I don't know. This is a Shohei.
Yeah, I remember those. Those I don't remember when they came out, but I do remember one of my friends, when I was in the 4th grade, he had those mugs, and they wasn't my favorite shoes then. But yeah, I just remember them mugs being like, these mugs is crazy. Like, they're very different, from other shoes.
Yeah. All right, let's switch gears. Switching gears. Halle Berry on being reduced to just a pretty face. You go ahead and hit that clip, man, so people can understand how tough it is to be Halle Berry, and how sometimes being beautiful could be a punishment.
Right.
Right. So let's hear her very sob real story. All right.
I have longed for someone to say something to me other than, "Oh gosh, you're so pretty." I have longed to hear other words. I know I'm more than this. So as I've aged, I've been determined to age gracefully and naturally. I think it's a shame that as women, we're being told that we have to find a way to stay eternally young, forever 30, as though we're not allowed to be human and do what we're naturally born to do. We're born to age and die. Mm-hmm. But somehow as women, we have to do the unthinkable. We have to figure out a way to do it. And unfortunately, we're turning ourselves into monsters trying to do that. So I'm committed to being a spokesperson for allowing yourself to age gracefully, knowing that you're more than this shell you're walking around in.
All right, so what you get from that conversation is this is Halle Berry's viewpoint of her life. And what I won't do is invalidate it, because there actually is validity to that. Can you imagine being like 7'2" and everybody that sees you is like, God, you're so tall. God, you're so tall. God, you're so tall. And then they see Halle Berry. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. And it has to get draining. I know it does. I know it has to get draining simply because there are other attributes that you have that don't really get much recognition because we are a society that is obsessed with vanity. We are so obsessed with vanity that we put it at the forefront of everything. There are people who were probably best for us, like in a relationship, but we didn't choose them because we didn't think they looked great enough for us to be with. Like we usually, and I'm not saying you have to be attracted to everybody, but I feel like we are obsessed with vanity or the idea of it. So I will say that she has a point, and I've seen attractive women in action, right? Where they're not impressed by you telling them how pretty they are. This is why I don't compliment women. I'm not trying to be a dickhead, but I really don't compliment women very much. Why? Because I understand where I exist. Whenever you're a man that's average looking or, average looking at best, when you walk up to a woman saying, oh, you're beautiful. Oh, you're so beautiful, blah, blah, blah. They know you just want something from them. They know you just want something from them. It's better to spark up a conversation that's not based in vanity. So, like, for example, you see a woman like Halle Berry at the grocery store, and she's putting her groceries on that little conveyor belt, and you'd be like, I've had those chicken nuggets. Them is fire. Did you get some barbecue sauce with that? She'll probably feel more disarmed and willing to speak because you chose to speak about chicken nuggets rather than how beautiful she was, right? I'm just saying that's kind of a way to disarm people, especially when I see a woman that is super attractive. We all know what attraction looks like. We can't sit here and be like, what's in the eye of the beholder? No, there are certain men and women who just look better than everybody. That's how the world works. You know that 6'4" Chad? That Chad with a big chest and big arms and and fucking beard and, with super straight teeth? That is a universally handsome dude. And the same thing with a woman that is, looks like Halle Berry, right? But here's my pushback on Halle. Halle Berry talks about she's exhausted with being, labeled as pretty. But let me tell you something. She has greatly benefited from her looks. Greatly benefited from her looks. Now, she's fucking talented. She's an amazing actress. But especially being a guy that's been a bouncer in a club, you see the reception of average-looking women and women who are fine as fuck, and it is different. Women who are smoking hot, they walk up to the club and they know they're not gonna pay. They go to the bar and they know they're not gonna pay. Because motherfuckers gonna come up to them and tell them how pretty they are, and they could get drunk. They go to the club. They can even get food without spending a dime.
Yeah.
Right? And those are and it's unfortunate, but those are the societal benefits from being in the top and upper echelon of conventional attractiveness. Right? And my pushback, because I'm gonna let you rock, Key, is when she really starts looking older, because she's starting to look more like her age, but she's almost 60 years old. And she's also still very attractive. But here's the deal. When she gets like almost 70 years old and no one is like, oh, you're so beautiful, and they start recognizing her more for her work, I wonder how that's going to affect her. I'm not saying it will or it won't. I'm just saying you've been the hot chick your whole life, and then that motherfucking face starts drooping. Let's see how that affects your mental health. Because it's the truth. I mean, hey, if you're it's no different than being the Chad, right? If you're the Chad and women go crazy over you, right? And then you go from being the Chad to having a dad bod, you got titties and shit now, and you overweight. Women
From being a Chad to the dad.
Chad to the dad bod? Yeah, so you went from the Chad to the blob. And that can have an effect. You're gonna get two different life cycles. The first life cycle was the reception was just different. And now it's like, now you've turned into the average person. Yeah, there's that though. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I'll just keep it on like in terms of her career. I think that she's a person that sounds like she wants to be recognized for her talent and her skill and not just, you know, a pretty face. And
Absolutely.
I think there's probably a lot of merit to that because I know that there are, like, if you're going into an audition and you work really hard, you studied your lines, you know, you went in, you might have studied at Juilliard or whatever the case may be, some acting school, and then you go to an audition and the director's like, oh my gosh, you're gorgeous, you know, and it's just like, yo, I'm a legit actor, you know what I mean? And I think that that's probably where she's coming from. I don't think that she's she probably understands the perks that come with that, because part of getting some roles is your aesthetic.
Absolutely.
You know? When you go into a room, a lot of times, and I'm not going to say this happens a lot. Like people have this idea that like there's just this ugly actor out there in the world that's just this amazing actor, and they're losing on roles because they're not as attractive. Like it all goes together. Like, you know, there's not necessarily an ugly actor that's like amazing and they're losing out on a lot of jobs. Sometimes like there's just a person that's attractive and they're like a good actor and they have a whole package and they just get a bunch of roles.
I would push back on that a little bit, only because that there are more actors that are attractive that get roles than people who are just conventional regular people.
Well, but there's no way to like to measure that. You know what I mean? Like,
look at the movies. That's the best way to measure it.
No, that doesn't measure it, because there could have been a position where there was not ugly. I'm just saying like a less attractive person.
Right.
And then the more attractive person might have just won. And it doesn't necessarily have to be because they were more attractive. They could have just been a better actor. But there's no way to measure that because the director made their choice on their own and they probably could have done it for a multitude of reasons.
I hear you, but aren't there like financiers and people who help pay for these projects? Do they not?
They don't make decisions though.
But do they not play a role in who's in the film and how these people might look or the aesthetics?
No, it's not. It's more nuanced than just like this person is more attractive than this person. Like what I'm saying is there's no way to actually measure who is getting a role because they're more attractive. What I'm saying is that when you're in a some sort of casting call, first of all, it's in LA. So most of the people there are going to be somewhat attractive. Like you're more times than not. But and when it comes to like actors or whatever, like just look at the people that have won an Oscar. Like they're usually attractive people. It's not like these hideous people that are like going up there and winning Oscars.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to gauge it, that's what you look at. You look at the people who are not only winning awards, but who are in these films. And it's not a shot at them. It's just to say that more conventionally attractive people are in movies simply because people who pay for these movies don't want to go out there and look at the librarian they just seen.
But that's not the same conversation.
It kind of is.
No, because there's no way of measuring who's not getting a role because they're not as attractive as Halle Berry. Halle Berry is a really good actor, and she's also attractive. Like Margot Robbie is also attractive, and she's also a really good actor.
Absolutely.
There's no way of saying that there is a lesser attractive actor.
That's not the conversation I'm having, though. I'm not having that conversation. I'm not saying that there's a lesser attractive person not getting the role. I'm just saying watch the movie. When you watch these movies and you look at the cast, if you take all these movies, these collections of movies that you've seen, and you go outside, people don't mirror what you've seen in the movies.
Oh, yeah, that's a completely different conversation, though. I agree with that. Yeah. I don't think that there's not like, you know, like for the most part, and it sticks out when they are. Like there's certain shows where like Ozark or something like that, where you'll see like, you know, more regular looking people. But yeah, I just that's a different conversation.
Like what's a movie like Best Man Holiday? Do they have Morris Chestnut or something in it?
Yeah, just all the attractive black actors in the movie.
So it's like, come on, man. Come on.
But whatever. But but Halle Berry, I think that she, like I said, I just think she probably wanted to be taken serious as like I'm a legit actor, and I can see where she's coming from.
And she has the right.
Yeah, but and she's kind of proven herself. She has an Oscar. She's the first black woman to win an Oscar. So
with all that said, you cannot create expectations in others because that's not how the fucking world works. You can't say because I'm pretty and I'm tired of you looking at me as pretty, you shouldn't do that. It's like that's not how the world works. That's at the same time. So two things can be true. She's absolutely right because I know it's exhausting for Shaquille O'Neal to walk down the street and everybody's like, "You're so tall, you're so tall, you're so tall." But like the world's not going to turn off that fucking mindset just because it annoys you.
Yeah, I mean, you can have an expectation though. I just don't think that she. People are going to say what they're going to say, but she can have like a feeling about it. Like, you know.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Just the same way if it's like I'm putting out some sort of art, you know, and I'm like, dang, this other person here in Bakersfield is getting all this attention, or they're filming all these things, or they have this big studio, but I feel like I'm better. Like, you know, that's just kind of how people maneuver. I don't think that I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I just think that she is a person that's like, I think she's dealing with her mortality. And
Absolutely.
I think that she's just kind of like speaking out loud about that. And I think that she has there's some legitimacy to
Absolutely.
To what she's saying. But I think also, like, you know, that conversation she's having about, you know, how people look at women and they're not supposed to age and things like that. I think that there are like some anomalies in Hollywood. And we're talking about like people that have like aged really well, like a Demi Moore. You know, when
there's
you see,
a lot of them.
when you see
actresses and actors and actresses.
Yeah. When you
Absolutely.
see like Brad Pitt and these guys, like some of them are like defying like the laws of, you know, gravity in terms of like their face, you know, looking. But also some of these people are getting a little bit of work too. There's some people that you'll see like the little TikToks with the doctors, and they'll be like, if you look right here, you can tell that this picture taken in 2001 in comparison to 2010, there's a little bit of shrinking of the nose, right? You know, they'll use the scientific terms and all this other stuff. And you'd be like, oh, that's kind of... So I think that's what she's speaking to. Like, there's a lot of people that are in Hollywood that are getting work. You see it in men, you see it in women, and you'll see it like over the course of years, and you'll see it like, oh, dang, this person, you know, they was like... They had some bags under their eyes one year, and then the next year was like pretty smooth, and you know. So I think she's just kind of saying like, "Yo, we should be allowed to age, and it shouldn't be an issue," you know.
Yeah, but two things. Two things is her having expectations is also not good, just based on the fact that having an expectation, you're gonna get let down. Oftentimes, when you create expectations in others, you don't have any fucking control over that. And then on top of that, when she mentioned like women are supposed to age this, I don't know if that's a generalization or it's like men doing. Like I'm not sitting at home like, oh God, more women need to get Botox. Like that's not it. I think that inside like societal, whether it's through social media or seeing what's trending, there are more people going under the knife now than ever in American history. And I do think social media plays a massive role in that. I don't think it's just a bunch of men sitting there creating beauty standards in women. Like a lot of times there are other things or outside things that are influencing, you know, women to do this. And men, because it's more men getting hair transplants than anything. It's men that's peeling their motherfucking cap. I seen dudes that look like they was scalping themselves just to get hair, which is fucking wild. My receding hairline, I've never thought about going to Turkey getting fake hair.
You should go.
Fuck no. I mean, if I sell a couple of them phones, I don't know. I might change it up on y'all. Might show up to this motherfucker with a fade.
That's comedy.
But see, I don't know. I might get it for the low. Because if I show up and Keith ain't got hair and I got hair, then you know what happened. You get a little phone exchange. I take a couple of them dreads off.
I wonder if you could, because they be doing they'll scalp it from like the back. Yeah. But I wonder if you could scalp it from somebody else's. Like,
I don't know. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I might sling a little bit of my hair follicles for the low.
I don't know. If you start seeing a bunch of homeless bald motherfuckers, you know what's happening. It'd be like, what's that movie where they take people's organs back? They were Repo Man?
Yeah. Niggas out here wasting hair.
That's crazy.
Snappy hair running around.
It's going to be a homeless dude. I was asleep. I was minding my business. It was so cold outside. Damn. And some guy just came with a knife and he just cut my hair, man.
God
and the police will be like, all right, what drugs are you on, man? Like, I'm not on drugs. I'm just homeless. Please, can I have a sandwich?
That's crazy.
I'm not making fun of homeless people anymore. I'm sorry. But yeah, man, I think that there's so many angles to look at this because as a woman that is attractive, I feel bad for her because I do know it is a struggle for women that are attractive because there's just a baseline. A lot of men don't take pretty women serious because they know that a lot of women that are very attractive, they get way too much attention. And it can be problems. It can be troublesome. And a lot of men don't want to they don't want to even commit to a woman like that because they look at her like as a trophy. So a lot of women that are very attractive, like a Halle Berry, they get what's the word? When men just pretty much just take advantage of women like that. What do you call it? Like sexualized. Mm-hmm. A lot of women like Halle Berry get like sexualized. Mm-hmm. And that's not right. Mm-hmm. But there are so many ways. The other angle to look at it is like, oh God, because there's probably some woman that she might have a little bit of gut, you know, probably not in the best shape. Mm-hmm. And she's listening to Halle Berry like, oh God, it must be so hard to be you, Halle Berry. You know?
Yeah.
And that's not completely irrelevant either. I mean, that's not invalid either. Mm-hmm. As a person that's just like a regular average human being that's listening to that, you're like, oh God, Halle, I feel so horrible for you. Mm-hmm. You being that attractive has only led to you being a multimillionaire. You know, you know, obviously she's talented. Mm-hmm. She's a very good actress, but you know, oh my God, I'm just so attractive. The world just is after me. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
She did a great job in that the fighter movie she was in. Mm-hmm. She did a great job in that. And I think that movie is not that old either.
Yeah, she's been doing some movies recently. She's been doing her thing. More like independent. I don't say independent, but like smaller films.
There's a group of older, very attractive actresses. Like I would say, Selma Hayek, absolutely. J-Lo, absolutely. Angela Bassett, absolutely. Halle Berry, absolutely.
Angela Bassett is the one that's defying.
Yeah.
I think she's older than all of them.
She's in her fucking like mid-60s, bro. Like,
yeah.
Angela Bassett is up there, but her body is tight. I'm not trying to objectify her, but it's just the truth.
Yeah, I wonder if she work out.
Oh, yeah, she does. She talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she also talked about her diet, too.
Mm-hmm. Dang, that's crazy.
Angela Bassett is 66.
Dang.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Yep.
She always be like on cop shows, like she like a cop.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at her arms, dude.
Yeah.
Her arms is cut the fuck up.
Yeah, she look like a tennis player.
Yeah, she in shape. Shoulders in shape.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Shout out to Angela Bassett, yo.
Yeah.
What's another one? You just mentioned from Bird Box. God damn it.
Julia Roberts.
No, not Julia Roberts, nigga. I said Bird Box.
I don't know.
You just getting all the white people
I
mixed
get them
up.
all mixed up.
Damn, Keith. Mm-hmm. I thought you were like a movie guy. Jesus Christ. It'll come to me. Damn. Why? Why did I mess that up? I just talked about that movie right now with the black dude, Trevante Adams.
Yeah. We're talking about Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock's she's up there, dude.
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock is she's probably damn near 60.
Yeah, she's 60.
Oh, she's 60.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she had a little bit stuff done, nothing major. But to be 60, she looks pretty youthful.
Yeah, she looks good for her age.
What's wild is she was with the black dude. The black dude is only your age.
Oh, in the movie?
Yeah, he's like a year or two older than you. Trevante Adams or Trevante Rhodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she with this young ass black dude in the movie. Nobody talked about that. She was just a full-time cougar.
Hey man, the world was ending.
The world was ending.
Yeah.
Like I need some of this cougar box. Like Bird Box, cougar box.
That was the biggest movie, like
that was like the biggest first Netflix movie.
Yeah.
Because it was a movie that Will Smith came out with that was kind of like a dud.
Right. It was like it got mixed reviews.
Yeah.
And I think Bird Box was not like the greatest movie, but it was just it was a moment.
Yes.
Yeah. Like just everybody was talking about it. I think conceptually it was good, but
There's a lot of these Netflix movies coming out with big actors.
For sure.
And they just like, yo, let me get a bag. Like, let me get a bag off of this.
Yeah.
And they creating some pretty bad movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's some Jamie Foxx got a new movie that just came out where he like him and his wife is like a special agent or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just came out. I probably won't watch it. Shout out to Jamie Foxx. Yeah. Yeah. This at some point they just start releasing fluff.
I think they yeah. I think they try. You know, they try to make quality movies, and you know, Netflix is it's a business at the end of the day. So their job is just to put interesting movies on there that people are going to stay logged in and keep watching. So yeah. But but every now and then, probably like once a year, they get one of those ones that's like, you know, where you got to come in and give it up. Like, yo, that was a good movie.
Yeah. Shout out to them. I just went
Shout out to Halle Berry.
Yeah. I just went on her freaking Instagram.
Who?
Sandra Bullock.
Oh.
And it's one of the movies that's showing is The Blind Side, but fucking that got some bad reviews later on. They was like, yo, none of that shit never happened. Michael Lora was like, yo, that was bullshit. That made me look like I was dumb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I had already been playing football and stuff.
Yeah. He said they made it like they taught me how to fucking play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. You ready to wrap it up with this next one?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. All right. Switching gears. Texas teacher invites ICE to raid his school. All right. So obviously this sounds bad, but I got to give you more information on this. In quote, okay, the teacher said, I have many students who don't even speak English.
God damn.
This motherfucker is just a piece of shit. The Texas substitute teacher has come under fire after inviting immigration and customs enforcement officers raid his school because his students don't even speak English. Fort Worth Independent School District, all these damn ads popping up. Officials launched investigations after the substitute teacher responded to a post by ICE on social media giving an update on arrest for January 23rd. The teacher, who was not publicly identified but had the username Hookem232, called for agents to come to Fort Worth, Texas Northside High School, according to Dallas Morning News. Damn, this motherfucker. And he got a tweet on, y'all should come to Fort, this is what he said. Y'all should come to Fort Worth Northside School. I have many students who don't even speak English, and they are in 10th, 11th grade. They have to communicate through their iPhone translator with me. Damn, this motherfucker. They use the U.S. government should totally overhaul our school system in Texas too. My God.
That's
I'm gonna tell you, if you're a person, if you're a student at that school and you don't speak good English, right? And they call ICE on you, all you gotta say all you gotta learn is these words in English. Like, he touched me.
Dang.
And then the ICE will be like, who touched you? Him right here. And then they arrest the teacher.
Nah.
No,
They probably arrest both of them. Yeah.
Just learn these words in English. He touched my private.
Dang.
He touched my private. And then they'll be like, him right here.
Yeah, that's sad. I did see on I don't know, it didn't seem legit. It was just, a lot of Twitter stuff be nonsense, but they was basically saying that they heard that there were like people giving out cash prizes, like cash rewards for people turning in like, undocumented people and stuff like that. I just thought that was crazy.
Yeah. Not only is it's just like, bro, look, if ICE is going to come, they don't need to be told where everybody is, they're here. It's like, it's almost like you looking for like America's Most Wanted or something,
right?
When it's just students.
But they also knew where to go. Like when they were out here, they went to specific locations where they knew.
So they
like
definitely
Home Depot. And
somebody
stuff
got
like
the
that.
drop on them.
Yeah, I mean it ain't even a drop. I think in most situations they just drive and buy them. If that makes sense. Like if we're normal people and we know like where people work at or where a lot of those people work at.
Home Depot.
Yeah, we kind of can, I'm sure they know the same thing. They just haven't acted on it because, they didn't really get the go ahead to do so. But yeah, that's OD though. As a teacher, one of the things that my principal said, she said this the other day, she was like, there are federal laws, that they're enforcing, but there's also like these California laws that we we kind of run our school by, right? And she's basically saying there are rights, that these people have. So she's like, if there's a situation where they do come to campus, like, it'll be handled accordingly, but they do have rights here as, people that live in California. And she also said, which I thought was really powerful, because a lot of times, when you're working in a school, you don't know what side of the fence people lean on. And I think the most powerful thing she said in the whole thing is it's important for us to remain neutral. Yeah. And I was like, that was so profound, because it wasn't like this rah-rah, like, we need to fight for our students and these students. It was just like, yo, keep the politics out of the school. Yeah. Like, we are here to educate people, and that is it. Unless you're teaching government or something like that, there's not really any room for like having those
because
conversations.
these ICE motherfuckers is different. Like, even if you are documented, they can like arrest you, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, there's some people that are American citizens that got arrested by ICE, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's fucked up.
Yeah.
So. And the thing about it though, we already talked about this. I'm not gonna beat this down. We talked about the whole profiling situation, because truth be told, if ICE was here to remove people that are undocumented, they should be stopping everybody. You think about it. What if I'm from Dominican Republic on an outdated visa?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or from Kenya or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm technically would still be considered illegal.
I mean, in reality, anybody that looks any sort of way can be undocumented.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Chinese.
So I think that's like, yeah, there's some people from Asia, there's some people from Europe that are probably, still here, and they moved here, like maybe moved here from college and they're still here, but, because they're white, they kind of get a little bit of a pass and things like that. So, yeah, that's just the reality of the situation. I just think that, there's no, like, morally it doesn't really work.
Well, before we go any deeper, people need to remember 21 Savage got deported.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like 21 Savage. Yeah. 21 Savage.
Yeah, we didn't even know he was from England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's crazy.
And then Demi Lovato had the nerve to like make a meme about him.
Mm-hmm.
And then she ended up getting like roasted bad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, you probably should have shut the fuck up. You the same person that changed your I don't even want to go in and say it. I'm not even gonna say
just
it.
Chill out.
I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah,
I was about to go there.
You was good.
I was about to go there, man.
Yeah.
But I restrained myself. This is 2025, Eddie, okay?
Yeah.
But no. Yeah, it was crazy when 21 got deported. Everybody was confused.
Yeah, they went in on Demi. I remember that.
Yeah, they did.
It was one of those things where people be thinking they could just make a lighthearted joke, but they can't take the backlash.
No, they can't take the backlash. I mean?
Like, I think for us, we have to be mindful of what we say, and we're not just saying no wild stuff all the time. But
Absolutely.
like, if we make a joke, we pretty much stand on it because like we actually think before we talk.
Absolutely.
So there probably won't be a situation where like we make fun of 21 and then somebody's like, Demi Lovato, shut up. That's why you're fat and you got a double chin. And then she's like, she apologizes or something, It's just like, we just be like, all right, like, cool. Or we may not even see it because it's not, we're not really, reading every single negative comment somebody says.
Yeah. The issue I have with people is this. If you want to crack a lighthearted joke, I don't have a problem with that. But the issue is when somebody returns the favor and then you start talking about your mental health and your depression.
Yeah.
And I've always had insecurities about my weight and whatever. Shut the fuck up. Okay.
Yeah.
You need to learn, like, that's the problem I have with people when it comes to like comedy. Is they have no problem laughing at this joke and this community and this thing and that thing and that thing. But when it falls on their lap, they're like, wait, you shouldn't say that. That's not funny. Nah, motherfucker. I sat here and listened to you laugh at midgets for the last 20 minutes. It was all good when you was laughing at somebody that was little. Now look at you.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would say with as far as like I don't really have any advice, but I guess the biggest thing that I would say is like when it comes to, people that are undocumented, I think the most important thing is just knowing your rights.
Right.
Because, there are certain rights you have, and I don't know what those rights are, but I just know that there are rights that you have to where I would imagine the police or ICE or the feds, they're going to take advantage of people that don't know their rights, right? And they probably expect you not to know your rights because, there's a language barrier and all these different things like that. So I think it's important.
Use the translator app and say, I know my rights. He touched me. And then they will just arrest the teacher.
Yeah. I'm just speaking about it.
No,
not just the teacher. Yeah.
I'm just fucking around.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Life is crazy, man.
Yeah.
Life
Yeah.
is crazy.
I think it's interesting, though. I think that, I am not like, I guess I'm kind of curious to see how this is going to play out. Because I think that initial, raid or whatever you call it, or what is it, return to sender? I think that initial one, I think that was a little beta version of what they're trying to do. Because Trump wasn't even in office yet. Yeah. So I think that I'd be curious to know. I know that at certain schools, they've already said that if they come on campus, we have to let them in.
Right.
If the feds come to the campus, we got to let them in. We can't give them any information or anything like that. A lot of that stuff is confidential. But they said if they come to campus, then
it's just. But we don't want to beat a dead horse, but we already talked about this. If they go to the classroom and they open the door and they look in there and they see Tyrone, and they see Jamal, and then they see James, and then they see Connor, and then Jose is sitting in the back. They're like, "Hey, you in the back, come here now."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Why, man? What did I do?" And they're like, "You come out here now. I need to see your papers." He's like, "I was born in Bakersfield, man." He's like, "How do I know that?" And it's like,
but it's not even. I mean, no, that's not really how it will work because this is what happens. There's a lot of students that they don't. Who knows where they came from? I'm not going to say where they came from, but a lot of them still have trouble learning English. So there's entire classes dedicated to students that are learning English, and that's probably, and they know this because there's just there's pretty much every school. Like especially in California, there's going to be some classroom or some group of kids, or maybe they have a section out of their day where they go over here to learn English or whatever. So that's probably where they would go if they were doing some sort of campus thing. Yeah. Can
you imagine how confusing it would be if a bunch of black people in California just start speaking fluent Spanish?
Yeah.
They'd be like, "Black Mexicans, get them out of here."
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
It's and then they start talking in their LA accent "Hey, man, I'm from here, homie. I don't know what you got going on, nigga. Why you messing with me? I just heard you speaking Mexican. You mean Spanish, cuz? I ain't speaking no Mexican, cuz. I'm speaking Spanish."
Yeah. There's one dude that's pretty popular on TikTok. He's he looked full-fledged black, but he's I guess he Mexican. And
he a rapper?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
He has his name is similar to somebody else.
I can't remember his name, but I know exactly who you're talking about. He's from Mexico though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got the whole LA accent.
Yeah, and he showed his parents and stuff like that, and they really Mexican.
It's black people all in Mexico, bro. People don't know this. The first president of Mexico was a black guy. You know that, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Vicente Guerrero. Let me look him up. Yeah, he was before Obama. It was actually in Mexico. Vicente Guerrero. See, man, you learned something listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. He's from Africa too, but he was in Mexico. Hey, baptized 10th August. Was a Mexican military officer from 1810 to 1821, a statesman who became the nation's second president in 1829. So the second president, excuse me. He was one of the leading generals who fought against Spain during the Mexican War of Independence. According to historian Theodore G. Vincent, Vicente Guerrero lived alongside indigenous Taleltelco, and had the ability to speak Spanish and languages of the indigenous. So it should be a picture. You see him? It's a black dude. he looks like, kind of mixed.
Yeah.
You see him?
Yeah. But yeah, I don't see where it says he's from Africa.
Okay, let's get some more information on him.
Yeah. Born in Tilksta? Where's Tilksta? Tilksta is a town. He was born in Mexico.
Okay, let me read this one here. Vicente Guerrero was Mexican president of indigenous mestizo descent. He was born in 1782, Tixca, Mexico, and considered Mexico's first black president. And it says Guerrero's father was Juan Pedro Guerrero, was African Mexican.
It says he's, what did it say? It says, there is controversy regarding Guerrero's ethnic origin, some authors describing him as having both an indigenous and African background. However, no portraits of him were made during his lifetime, and those posthumously may not be reliable. Fellow insurgent Jose Maria Morelos described him as a young man with bronzed or tanned skin, tall and strong, and she said aquiline nose, bright light-colored eyes, and big sideburns. He's often supported by the indigenous people throughout the revolution. So he may be black, maybe not, but
yes, I mean, even look at Lupita Nyong'o.
She's black though.
She's from Mexico, bro.
Yeah, but she's black though.
Yeah, she's black. Yeah.
But we could see that. But they don't have any picture. All the pictures of him are posthumous, so there's no way of really saying that the picture looked like
that
it.
statue definitely looks black.
It's all posthumous statues, is what they're saying.
Yeah, but I think there's also in many different countries as well, there's been issues with colorism. So, like even on novellas, they tend to have more light. Even like in like India or in novellas, they have more light skinned people in these roles. This is just a thing. It's kind of like a global thing.
Yeah, I think that people want him to be black, but there's a couple Hispanic kids at my school. There's one kid, he has like a legit afro, just like super curly hair.
Dang.
And I don't think he's biracial.
Is he Mexican?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Tyrone might have came over on a Monday night.
Yeah, the milkman.
¿Quieres
con leche?
He's delivering more than milk. Oh, man. You know, it's a little kid that probably snitched. She's like, Daddy, when you go to work, mommy's friends come over and they clap their hands all night long. Yeah, shout out. Lupita did an interview like in straight Spanish.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's just, I didn't know that she was like a citizen of Mexico, and probably till, I don't know, like 5 or 6 years ago, she did an interview. I was like, why is she speaking Spanish? What's going on here?
Yeah. I mean, you'll see a lot of those celebrities, a lot of people in Hollywood, like that's what they call like the American dream, where people come over here. Like you get a lot of Canadian, actors and things like that, that come over here. People from Africa, people from obviously Europe and stuff like that, Australia. People are coming from around the world trying to, make a living here or, reach some sort of success here. So,
yeah, there's a lot of Haitian people that speak Spanish too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of Haitian. I used to work with this dude that was Haitian.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't even really aware of like Haiti or the idea of Haitian people like that until I listened to the Fugees.
Yeah,
like I guess I don't know if she's Haitian or not. Lauryn Hill, I don't think she is, but I think Wyclef Jean is.
Yeah, I think Wyclef is. But yeah, mostly like you see probably like East Coast, and then in the South you see more Haitian people.
The problem with Wyclef though, Wyclef Jean got busted like stealing like a motherfucker from his own country. You didn't see that?
Yeah.
They did a whole podcast. This is a podcast I listened to called Swindled. Mm-hmm. And it just like talks about just people that committed great crimes.
Yeah.
And he was definitely on one of them. And it was just terrible.
Yeah.
The charity money, he was just pocketing shit.
That's sad, dog.
I'm like, come on.
There's a guy I went to school with. He was the president of the Young Republicans at CSUB. Mm-hmm. and he got caught up doing the same thing. Like he stole.
Wow.
It was like thousands of dollars that he was taking. But yeah, he like literally my class. Like I had him in the class before. He was like all on the news for And then the next time I seen him, he was like working at some Mexican restaurant. So I was like, damn, this dude is a real white collar criminal out here.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if he served any time, but yeah, I just remember that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see here. All right. Well, I don't think there's anything else we need to cover here. I will say, damn it, we don't need to do any predictions yet for the game. Let's let it marinate for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, let's let it marinate for a little bit, and we'll see what happens from there.
Oh, dang. I just had the article. Hold on. Let me see. It says embezzlement suspect involved in internal California college Republicans fight.
Uh-oh.
His name is actually. Oh, is that his sister? His name is Jake Thomasy. Yeah. It doesn't have the article here, but yeah, that was the headline. He was stealing money.
Wow. There was a. Hold on. There was like an old athletic director or something at BHS back in the day, and he was stealing money, dude. I'm trying to remember who it was. It was quite some time ago. I think it was in the late 90s or something. The BHS was supposed to have a game. I think it was supposed to be in Hawaii or something like that. And the dude ended up stealing the money.
God dang.
That was before I even went to high school.
Yeah, you catch these things like, even with that guy, they said he took, he was accused of taking $60,000. But you see, because what happens, there's a lot of trust involved. Like, me knowing that, like me working at a school, and me knowing I'll just, and I'm not saying that I would do this, but I'll just tell you how it kind of goes, right? So, for example, I can put a request in like, hey, I need this for my class. And it's so much stuff that if you're a principal or assistant principal or whatever, you're not going to be like running through everything with a fine-tooth comb. If you give them a reason, they got so much going on that they're probably, if it's within their budget and they think it's something that you actually need, they'll probably just buy it for you, right? So what you could do with all of that stuff, you could probably you could dang near flip that. Like low-key how you mentioned before, like certain situations where people will work certain places and then they would flip certain things and stuff like that. Same thing that you could do, in education. And sometimes they trust you with finances. Like they'll trust you with like, hey, this is the X amount of money for your club, or do a fundraiser and you have this amount of money in your account or whatever. And you could probably just, buy certain things. You might be able to return it. I think there might have been a time where like I received a box and it had like the receipt in there. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Yeah. So, it's certain things like that where it makes it like if you're a person that's not like decent, you could definitely take advantage of the system. And then, then you'll be sitting in a prison, or you probably wouldn't even go to prison. You probably just get a little slap on the wrist, little pick up trash, at the park type of situation, and just be fired from the school system. So, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's that, folks. Don't steal. Okay?
Amen.
All right, man. Well, if you made it to the end of this episode, we appreciate you. Thank you for listening to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
It's your boy K Fings.
We're out of here.
Peace.